This is Stan Dubin, and welcome to the Hiring Tips Podcast. The name of this tip is Give Them an Audition. Now, I discussed this idea in another tip, but I'd like to go into more depth here. One of the biggest challenges we have in hiring new staff is just not being sure what we see is what we're going to get. The resume can tell us a good deal about someone, and the interview process can tell us more. But sometimes the resume is padded. Okay, sometimes, the word sometimes might be understating it, but we do get some good data from a resume. And the interview does give us better understanding of the applicant. If you make use of the many hiring tips I've provided, your interview will gain you excellent insights into your applicant. By the way, I've taken 65 of my best tips, updated them, and published a hiring tips book over at Amazon. You can find that at hiringtipsbook.com. I think you'll appreciate having all of these in one place. Well, getting back to the tip, we find out all too often, a month or so down the line, that the person we interviewed is not the same person who is now working for us, or he quit, or we needed to let him go. In other words, the resume and the interview process did not get the job done for us. Here's a very, very strong recommendation. Have your applicant audition for the job. Find some task that would demonstrate competence for the position you're hiring and have your applicant perform that task. Now, how much of a task should this be? Well, that's up to you. Maybe something that takes a few hours, or maybe something that would take a couple of days. With regards to paying for this task, see our Hiring in the Law tip, Do I Pay for a Working Interview? You can find that on the Hiring Tips website. Just go to the section on Hiring in the Law and you'll find it. The right task is capable of telling you very quickly just how competent the person is. You could also employ this on a broader basis. If you have 10 people applying for the job, you could ask all 10 of them to perform a task and send you the results. In this case, the task could be on a smaller scale, but even this approach will give you data that you might not ever get in an interview. It can be costly to hire the wrong person, costly in terms of time and money. Getting an audition from your applicant could save you a ton of both. Thank you for listening. If you find these hiring tips helpful, would you mind going over to iTunes and leaving a review of any kind for us? Just head over to iTunes, and in the search box, just put hiring tips, and you'll find us right away. Thank you, and much appreciated. The Hiring Tips is brought to you by the Employee Testing Center. We have an employee testing service that will help you hire better staff. It's very accurate, easy to understand, and delightfully affordable. Watch our 3-minute video at getbetterstaff.com. That's getbetterstaff.com. Our podcast does not represent legal advice. Employment law can vary from state to state. So please consult an attorney familiar with the law that applies to the area where your business is located for any legal questions specific to your company. Thanks for listening.